Legend says that Bottas is still in the pits trying to get that wheel nut off his car. So we'll see him there. We'll see him there.
Wheelgate. Welcome, guys. This is going to be a very spirited episode. We have lots to talk about. We've been a lot of emotions in this race. A lot of emotions.
It was a good time.
So let's start off. What's our first?
How do you guys feel about Carlos's struggles this season?
I feel like Carlos. Listen, I think it's just me. I picked Bottas as a driver a long time ago, and he broke my heart every single time. And even when he had the opportunity to do something great, it was the car, or there was some sort of mistake.
A wall.
And I always thought, it's just bad luck, but it was bad luck for a long time. So then Carlos goes to Ferrari, and I was like, you know what? I like Carlos. Carlos is going to be my guy. And so far, in the realm of the possibilities or what he could have done, he's been sucking balls.
Big Spanish balls.
Yeah.
Do you think that him and Bottas sit around and have beers and they're like, yeah.
I didn't expect. I know Charles Leclerc is a good driver. I didn't expect him to do as well as he's been doing this season. I expected Carlos to do better, and especially since he started driving for Ferrari when he first got there, he took to the car pretty quick. Mm-hmm. He was doing really well, so I expected more from him this season. I don't know if he's just trying to send it a little too hard, and that's what's kind of keeping him back and holding him back. But my heart's been broken many, many times.
Yeah. Do you think so? They both have longer term contracts.
Right.
I think both of them are signed up with Ferrari. You would think there's two trains of thought. Some people say, well, we got to sign him because he's so focused on not having a seat, right? So let's just give him a contract. At least he could focus on the rest of the season. It seems like it's the opposite effect for Carlos Sainz.
Yep.
Yeah, it just seems like it's an opposite effect because he hasn't been doing really well. Maybe it is because he's feeling more comfortable and he's just trying to send it and be better. It's just not working out for him, whatever it may be.
Well, it seems like he's not the only driver having problems. It hurts me to say this, but my boy Ricardo is having the struggles himself, and it hurts me to say that because I don't like it at all.
I don't know what it is about Ricardo's issue with McLaren. I don't know if I expect him to do better than Lando Norris. Nothing against Lando. I think he's a great driver, and I like him a lot. He's one of my favorite drivers. I just expected him to do better, maybe with the experience that he has and having a good car, and that hasn't happened. I can't really blame the vehicle. And he's actually started races ahead of Lando, and Lando's finished ahead of him.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's mental. It might be mental. He just can't get around to getting ahead. Maybe he needs to get a couple wins to actually get, in the winning mode.
Get his psyche back.
Get his psyche back. But I just, extremely disappointed in Ricardo. And listen, if he doesn't do well in McLaren, I don't see any other team that would want to pick him up.
Oh, they still pick up Alonso, and Alonso's done terrible.
Alonso's done great based on the team he's in. He's done what he's expected.
Right, but he hasn't always been doing well.
Oh, no, but
Alonso's a Formula One world champion, though.
Yeah, I don't know. He looks messy.
The champion carries a lot of weight.
Yeah.
I guess. No, I think Ricardo would get picked up. I think he's got a good attitude. He's got a good teammate, and I think that he's a good driver, and I'm not. If people like Latifi are on a team, Ricardo's going to have a seat.
Yeah, it depends on it's the money, too, though. Latifi has a seat because he's got money.
Yeah,
but you really think Ricardo will take a seat at Williams?
Just to stay in Formula One?
Well, Bottas took one at Alfa Romeo, so maybe he can take
yeah, but we're talking about Williams.
Joe Granu.
Yeah, but he wanted out of Mercedes because they treated him like shit.
Yeah.
Ricardo's a good team, and he's treating that team like shit. It's a different story.
Don't say that. You don't mean that.
Do you think he'll retire?
I won't forgive you for that.
Is he going to retire?
No.
Well, there's this. So we watched the YouTube video. It was Daniel Ricciardo answering the internet's questions. And one of the questions was, or something got brought up about him retiring. Mm-hmm. So that must have came from somewhere.
Right.
If Alonso can race and be successful at 40, I think Ricciardo can do well in the next 2 years.
Yeah, I think he's going to be just fine. Just fine.
I just don't see a team that can afford to have him and that he will be willing to go to do well, because I think McLaren is the lowest he can probably get.
Get or want?
Well, want.
Well, who knows? Maybe Hamilton retires and he takes a Mercedes seat.
Are we ready to talk about Hamilton?
Well, we might as well start from the beginning. The touch with Magnussen.
There was a racing incident. I don't know how I feel about that. I think someone should have been punished for it. I think, of course, both teams say it was the other team's fault, as it happens in racing. They blame each other. I think there should have been a little something for somebody.
Yeah.
I understand they want to let him race. I do miss the radios from the principals to the stewards. I think I want to bring that back.
I hated it.
Because I want to see someone else get fired. So I like to watch the world burn, and I think it would be nice if they said who was the one that screwed up this time. I think there's like 3 different ones, right? Mm-hmm. So I just want one to get fired because he screwed up. I think it'd be nice.
Well, I mean, Michael Massey's not fired, but have you heard from him? He's probably dead in a ditch somewhere.
Hey, Jimmy Hoffa is probably in the same place.
And they were both buried there by Total Wolff.
Exactly. That was it. Total Wolff did both of those. So, yeah, Hamilton. Anyway, the question is
he a drama queen or the ultimate sandbagger?
I think he's a drama queen. I don't think he tried to sandbag that, but the fact that he gets in that incident with Magnussen and is last and says that, we should probably just conserve the motor, and then he gets in 5th place.
right.
I think he ended in 5th.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Absolutely crazy.
yeah. I think he's a drama queen. I think Mercedes is known for sandbagging. That's kind of like what they're known for, right? I think. But I think he's been a bit of a drama queen. I think this not loss. I guess I can't call it a loss. Massey giving the championship to Verstappen on the last race really got in his head.
Oh, for sure. I mean, he didn't come back to social media for like 5 months.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he's the one that took out Massey. I don't know. But that's why I couldn't be on social media. So I couldn't take my phone with me. They'll track where I am.
And they'll find the body.
They'll see where I'm hiding the body. It was surprising to hear him on the radio to say, hey, we should probably save the engine. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? It wasn't even the first lap, and he was already quitting.
Yeah.
So I think he's a drama queen. I think if it was in RuPaul's Drag Race, he'd be
Willem.
a Willem. There you go.
No, I just feel, you hear all these people talking about, he's done, he's the worst, like he's not that great. But then for somebody to come back from 18th or 19th, come all the way back to 5th, and when Magnussen was in the same boat and finished 18th, I mean, you can't say that he's not a good driver.
Yeah, he's a good driver. He's just annoying as shit when he does stuff like that.
Nah, that's okay. I mean, Helmut Marko told him he should have stopped last year because
And he could be proven right still.
maybe. What do you mean?
I don't think Hamilton's going to win a championship ever again.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Wow. Well, and do you guys think that Mercedes has worked out their issues? It was last race a testament to that, or?
George did really good. He did really
Yeah,
good.
as much as I hate to admit it, because I hate that guy, he did really good. Maybe they did fix the car. Maybe they're working out the issues. I think they were talking about there was less porpoising going on in the cars. Mm-hmm. So I think they're doing better with the vehicles. They're trying to figure it out. It's only 6 races in, so they still have a huge chance, and they're not that far behind. No one's far behind in the Constructors' Championship since it's only 6 races. But
Yeah.
I think that the fact that they're that close, the fact that they're finishing on the top, I can see them doing well in Monaco and maybe getting a little more ahead.
Okay.
I don't think it was. I don't think it's an issue that's going to reoccur. I think it was a mistake on their decision for the cooling pack, though. But I think it was like the second to last lap or the last lap where they were saying it's critical. You're in danger of getting a DNF because the motor may not last. I want to attribute that to just them making the wrong choice of setup for the car.
Oh, for sure. And it was very hot.
It was very hot,
Crazy
but
hot.
if it does happen for one of the hotter races again, then obviously it goes to show that maybe it is just the car, but we'll see for that one.
Well, I guess I just feel like out of all the cars, the Mercedes has been the most reliable. They haven't not finished a race. Now, granted, there was a race where Hamilton didn't finish in the points, but the car finished.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think they've been reliable so far. Proof is we don't talk about him for winning podiums right now, but yet they're still in third place
Right.
on the standings.
Well,
So-
just look at Max's car today, or on the last race. Not only did he spin out, but his DRS stopped or wasn't working correctly, so they had to change their whole strategy.
Yeah, Red Bull. This is the Red Bull section of the podcast. There was a lot to talk about when it comes to Red Bull. There was a lot going on. I think they've had a good vehicle this year so far. The car's been fine. They've had some issues.
Reliability issues.
Reliability issues have happened to the car, but for the most part, I think they figured out. They have good speed. Yes, Max went out on the track, and then, of course, his DRS wasn't working. The DRS was not working. But they have bigger problems at Red Bull.
They do.
And one big problem, it's a little thorn on their side.
Foreign on their side.
It's called,
Spanish thorn?
no, it's a Mexican thorn.
Oh, I thought you said foreign.
Oh, no,
Little
no,
foreign
thorn.
on their side. I
Thorn.
said,
Thorn.
They have a thorn. Actually, they have a foreign thorn
There
on
you
their
go.
side, and his name is Checo.
Checo!
The Minister of Defense.
The Minister of Defense was a little angry last race.
I feel like he was in the right. I mean, they should have let him pass. And they're going to have a discussion about it afterwards. I think that's pretty appropriate.
I think Pacheco's direction was, I'm happy for the team. We'll talk about it later. That's like when you get home and say, wait till your dad gets home. It's like, oh, we'll talk when we get home. No, let's not do this in public.
See, but it's Big Daddy Horner's at home, so he's
It's
never
true.
going to get past the door.
So listen, and I think I mentioned this to you guys. I think Checo needs to know his place. He was brought there to help Max win. I think he's very aware, as the entire world is, unless someone's in heavy denial, that Max is the favorite for Red Bull, and they want to make him a champion for many, many years. Checo was brought on to help him do that, and he's been doing an amazing job. Amazing. And proof of that is Max wouldn't even had a chance last season if it wasn't for Checo.
Right.
Even though he didn't win the last race, and they gave it to him, in order for him to get to that point, to be able to cheat and win at the last minute, it was because of Checo. So Checo just needs to know his place. I think what he can do is go home and talk to them and say, listen, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, but it's going to cost you a couple more million.
Oh, for sure. I was going to say, because he definitely had, when we talked about this, he's got the upper hand at Red Bull because they went through 3 different drivers. They couldn't drive the car. They couldn't do well in the car. You get Checo, who did amazing right off the bat, hasn't been traded. I mean, I think Checo really does have the upper hand in the team because all he has to do, right now he's shown that not only is he a good team player, but he knows how to drive a fast Formula One car. If I was any other team, if his contract hadn't been signed, I would be looking at him to come to my team.
Oh,
and you can
absolutely.
leverage that at Red Bull.
But absolutely. But I think this last race was very evident that Red Bull is not interested in winning. They're interested in Max winning. And I say that because there was about 4 laps where Checo could have passed Max, gotten ahead of Russell, and probably taken a 10-second lead on everybody. But
Right.
they told him no because he was in a different strategy. And if you're not seeing me, I'm doing air quotes on different strategy.
Do you think it's money for Checo? Or
That's the only thing he can get from
That's the
him,
only thing you
I
can get from
think.
him.
you think that's, but the thing is he valuable enough to Red Bull? Would they let him go if they don't give him the opportunity to get a championship and Checo leaves? Would they value that and at least consider him staying?
I think that they would, absolutely, because if he goes to like a top performing team, like say Ferrari wants him at this point, I mean, and he's going to be the number 1 driver at Ferrari, what's the incentive for me to stay?
And here's the thing: there's teams that could probably pick him up that have probably the tools to be better with him now that he's been proven what he can do with the Disney car. I mean, I don't want to bring this up, but if Ricciardo were to not get his contract extended at McLaren, it would be a great seat for Checo.
That's great.
And I think they will take him. But I think Red Bull, I think you said it, there's been other drivers with Max, and they don't do well. I think Max is a difficult person to be a teammate with, and the only reason this is
Difficult person.
difficult
period.
person, right? And I think the only reason it's working is because Checo's been willing to do that, and he's okay. But I think the one time where clearly they would have had the same amount of points, it's just you can swap places. Checo first, Max second. They would have had the team would have had the same amount of points. The result would have been the same, 1-2, and they didn't let him do that when he had the ability to do it. I think that's what kind of got him on his side. I mean, I was angry myself.
And it's not like the team can even say, well, he's far ahead in the Drivers' Championship. We're just trying to give him a better chance. Like, Sergio's not that far behind.
No,
Right.
he's in third or something like
he's
that.
in third place.
Well, I would think that you want two drivers threatening you than just one.
Yes, I would agree. But they are catering more to Verstappen.
But yesterday's race would have been a great opportunity to show Checo how much they value
They
him.
valued him.
For sure.
Oh, he would have taken $1 million less and a
Right.
shorter contract just to get that podium.
Right. And I think that would have been appropriate because considering the circumstances, I mean, it doesn't have to be every race, but every once in a while you got to throw a dog a bone.
Or a PK.
Or a
Hey.
PK.
Hey, you don't know if you want to get ahead, you got to date a PK.
If Sergio ever, well, it doesn't have to be Sergio. If a Mexican driver ever won a Formula One World Championship, we need to go to Mexico.
Oh my goodness.
And I think I sent you guys the numbers early in the week. Red Bull sales, worldwide sales, 38% of Red Bull's world sales come from Checo's merchandise in Mexico.
Oh wow.
That's a massive number. So that should tell Red Bull, you kind of screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give him a P1 podium. All he needs is one.
Every once
And he
in
can
a while.
ride it for the entire season.
Yeah.
Right. Just give it, you got to, like I said, throw a dog a bone. Like you got to give him something every once in a while. Like I said, so there's an incentive for him to stay.
Yep.
You want to feel appreciated. You're giving the team so much. Checo's giving the team so much. And if the team doesn't give him anything back, I would be irritated.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, listen, Max is not going to break any records this year. I mean, that's not a thing that's happening. So why not share a little bit of that? And again, it'd be so much nicer to be threatened by two drivers in the same team than just have one driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So what we're trying to say is, get your shit together, Red Bull.
Well, on another note, on a good note, I don't believe there was any safety cars and there was no penalties this race, which is good and bad.
Oh, absolutely. We have three cars that left the race.
Was
Yes.
that 3?
Yeah, there was Bottas,
Joe Granu.
Joe Granu, and Leclerc.
That's
Bottas
right.
went out?
No.
No, he just had a bad pit stop.
No, I'm sorry, not Bottas. It was maybe it was just Leclerc, and that's right.
And
Leclerc and
Joe.
Joe.
The two Ferraris, that's right.
Two Ferrari
Motors,
engines.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was two, and they were both able to get off the track before that happened. There was a couple of spin outs, and same thing. The cars were able to recuperate and keep going. So yeah, no flags. I mean, no safety cars were also affected the result of the race.
Right. Well, it makes for a good race when you don't have any penalties and you don't have any safety cars, but also it's kind of nice to see how people's strategies change when there is a safety car. Like
Right.
you get to see more of the logistical side of like changing everything and now what's going to happen. And it almost creates a completely different race once the safety car comes in or goes out. So it's really interesting to see that part of it.
It was also interesting that it was a 3-stop race for each car, and I'm just wondering why nobody just went with the hard tires and left the car out for 2 stops and probably gotten ahead.
I think it was too hot.
Yeah, the tire would have been probably degraded maybe. Well, maybe it wasn't enough for them to go with the hard. Maybe they weren't lasting as long as
Yeah.
they should have.
Mm-hmm.
Because no one went with the hard, right?
No, I think the
Soft and medium.
medium and soft. So I think if someone started in the medium and took them 30 laps, they would have gone to the hard and try to make it work with those and save themselves 40 extra seconds.
Well, and then in closing, I guess just to wrap this mother up, what are your guys' Monaco predictions?
I'm very excited for Monaco because I really, really want Leclerc to not finish again. Again, I like to see the world burn. And the fact that he has not been able to finish in Monaco, it just makes me so happy because that is his home race. And, I mean, what's better than the hometown hero just coming up short every single time?
Legend says that Bottas is still in the pits trying to get that wheel nut off his car. So we'll see him there. We'll see him there.
Wheelgate.
That was last year, right, where Mercedes couldn't get the wheel off of the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough. What's my prediction? I'm gonna pull something out. Ricardo's gonna get a podium.
Oh, see, girl, I was already over that. Hamilton's gonna win. Verstappen's gonna hit the wall. And Ricardo's going to finish top 5.
So I was going to say, given the aggressive driving of Leclerc and Verstappen and Sainz, that, some other people were going to have a better chance at a podium. I would say Checo has a good, strong chance of getting a podium if Red Bull does not prevent him from doing it. Unfortunately, and I hate to say this, I feel like Russell has a pretty good chance of getting the podium if the car's doing well. And I agree also that Lewis might shine in this race.
He's got a lot of experience, and it shows in the Monaco Grand Prix just because of the tightness and the turns and all of that. So it's going to be great to see.
Yeah, I think clean, smart drivers win this type of race, or the close, short, the street circuit. Aggressive has gotten Leclerc out of it many, many times. So I think he's got a good chance.
And Verstappen crashed in qualifying last week, didn't he?
Verstappen or Leclerc? I don't know.
I think he might have.
Leclerc is the one that crashed and stopped qualifier. He got P1 because he crashed and nobody else can finish this race.
Yes.
Right.
Brilliant, Leclerc.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, brilliant on his part. I would have done the same thing.
I can't believe there was it was like a Legends race, I think. Leclerc crashed Niki Lauda's car in Monaco.
Yeah.
The old was it a Ferrari? It was his old Ferrari.
Yeah.
He crashed it.
I mean, he can't even get away from it when he's not racing the real race.
out of all
That was just
cars,
an
though.
exhibition.
Yeah. Jeez.
So again, you're an aggressive driver. You're coming, and I want to say this was also the race where Max and Hamilton got in a little tight scuffle. Remember that little tight turn that's like a square, almost like a square. I want to say Max went over the center because they were racing too close. So I think that was that race, and I'm going to say Verstappen's not going to do well.
You were talking about near the harbor. Was it as soon as they left the tunnel?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, coming out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So
Well, I wrote my predictions down. Would you like to write yours down? What's your prediction?
my prediction is it's going to be Perez, Russell, Hamilton.
Perez, Hamilton,
Russell Hamilton.
Russell,
Hamilton.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you, babe? I
about
love
this?
my wife. She's the
Third
best.
is going to be Lando.
Third is going to be Lando.
Lando in the third. Okay.
I'm going to put Russell at second.
Okay.
And just because I hope it happens, because it's his home race, I'm going to put Carlos first.
Oh.
Not Carlos's home race, but I'm talking about like how shitty would it be for your teammate to win your home race?
Yes.
So you also like to watch the world
Yes.
burn. I like it.
Okay, well, I didn't pick 1, 2, and 3. I put
Ricardo, Hamilton, and Verstappen.
Ricardo top 5, Hamilton wins, and Verstappen hits the wall.
Okay. All right.
Okay, those are good.
That's good enough.
Yeah, that's good.
That works.
And whoever actually is closest to winning,
Their prediction gets.
has to take shots.
Okay.
I like it.
Take a shot.
Take a shot.
Well, you direct the shots if you win.
Yeah.
You take this, you take this.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
All right.
So everybody can win, has an opportunity to win 3 shots.
That's right.
Damn.
3 shots to give away. I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
That's it.
All right.
Well, thanks for joining us, guys. Until next time,
See you guys.
Adios.
cheers.